Behind every video published under RCTV
is a collection of talented individuals.
Behind every story,
every voiceover,
and every interview is a person.
We are the behind-the-scenes team responsible for
bringing Roy City High School
updates, news, highlights,
and entertainment. We cover every club,
every sport, and every Bulldog.
We are RCTV.
News by teams, for teams.
Welcome back, Roy City High School, to another episode of RCTV. I'm Mathias, Suglia.
And I'm Olyvia, Lukasheay. On this episode, we will visit the junior ring ceremony.
Take a look at the City of Fate with Phillip.
See how well RCH students know Texas trivia.
Spotlight a student with an unusual athletic ability.
And go axe throwing with Melanie.
And also learn how to cope with the end-of-year testing.
That's all right here.
Right now
on RCTV. RCHS juniors had a special event this past week.
Destiny shares more about the junior ring ceremony.
On April 7th, Roy City High School had a ring ceremony for the class of 2022. On this day, juniors celebrated their new status as upperclassmen of RCHS. How ring ceremonies usually work is the teachers that the students chose hands them their rings when their name is called. They walk on stage and receive their junior ring. While attending this ring ceremony, we got the pleasure to speak to a student and a teacher. Alicia Weeks shared with us why she chose Miss Atkins as the teacher to hand her her junior ring.
Well, in 4th grade, Miss Atkins left an impact on me, and because when I was in 3rd grade, I was being told I was going to have to be held back. But I worked really hard over the summer, and I was able to stay in my grade level, and Miss Atkins helped me to keep on progressing and keep on doing good in school.
Miss Atkins, who is an elementary teacher for Roy City, then shares the significance of getting chosen for something so meaningful.
It's a huge honor. I mean, as soon as Alicia reached out to me, it just took me back to that 4th grade year, and it was a great class of kids, and she was such a hard worker, one of the most determined kids I've ever taught. So it just, you get that warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart that you know you're doing the right thing, and it just meant the world to me.
We then asked Elijah Lewis why he chose Miss Lewis as his teacher.
So she was really the most influential teacher to me before and after she adopted me. She was always really accepting and really inspired everyone in her class to stand up and be a leader and empower other people around her.
What we learned after these 2 interviews is how much of an impact one teacher can have on students. This day wasn't just a ring ceremony. It was a day where these students and teachers were able to show their appreciation towards each other. Thank you for watching. This has been Destiny Longoria from RCTV, signing out.
It is getting so much warmer. I think it's time for ice cream.
I know just the place. Downtown Fate.
Phillip takes us on a tour of Fate next.
Yo, what's happening? Welcome to Fate. It's the big deal. We're gonna check some stuff out. We got the creamery, the new little free library, and the Fate mural. What are we waiting for? Let's get going.
Our first stop is It's Fate Creamery, where we asked the owner about more information about their ice cream shop.
We moved here 3-4 years ago, and we worked with the city to open up this ice cream shop for 2 years. And this building got built. There was a space for us to be here, so here we are. We started making ice cream out of our house, built out this space, and decided to bring ice cream to Fate.
Here are the times available if you ever want to visit, and if you use code BIGDEAL at checkout, you get 10% off.
That was pretty good.
Passing Fate's Department of Public Safety, we make our way to the Fate's Little Free Library, made by yours truly. In case you don't know, a Little Free Library is a public library that anyone can use. No card needed. Simply walk up to it, open the door, and grab any book you want. Don't forget to leave books too for other people as well.
I love reading.
You know what's good after reading a good book? Some kolaches from Four Shacks Bakery. I was gonna get some, but they were closed because they ran out. I guess they're pretty much a big deal here in Fate. Fate is still under development, so new store, Minced Meal Prep, will be coming soon. Our last stop is the Fate Brought Us Here mural, made by very own Caleb Jacks. This mural signifies Faith's continued development.
Oh, that's all the time we got for this week, Bulldogs. Don't forget, you saw me at Fate Creamery. You get 10% off. See you guys next time. Woo!
Are you good at Texas trivia?
It depends on what you ask. Why?
Nick and Liam found out some RCHS students don't know Texas as well as they think.
Hey, wait, you want to be in this? Oh my god, cool, we got one. So, how long have you lived in Texas?
Too long.
3 years.
All my life.
How old are you?
14. About 12 years.
My whole life.
Your whole life, how old are you?
15.
I'm so sorry.
Whole life, so 16 years?
How well do you think you know the area if you've lived here your whole life?
I think I know it pretty well.
Not very well.
Not very well.
Pretty well.
Not well.
Very well.
Pretty well.
Which is not a real town in Texas? Cool, Pittsburgh, or Brayburn?
Brayburn. Pittsburgh.
No, it's Brayburn.
Who's Brayburn?
Cool.
No, it's Brayburn. You want to go to Cool City with me? True or false? It is illegal to sell secondhand lighters in Texas.
False.
False.
True.
True.
It's false. You can sell them all you want. I don't care. I'll buy it off you. No, I won't. Which is not a real town in Texas. Is it Ozona? Is it Old Heart? Or is it Ding Dong?
I think it's Old Heart.
Old Heart.
Ding Dong?
No, Ding Dong exists. All the Ding Dongians are going to watch this and dislike the video. Which is the name of a Texas city? Is it Factors? Is it Kermit? Or is it Putter?
I'm gonna say Kermit. Kermit.
That's correct.
Kermit is one.
Dang it. I'm really trying
I've been to Kermit, Texas.
I'm trying to trip you up.
The first one.
Kermit? Yeah. You think Kermit exists in Texas?
No.
Like, you think it's like, hello, my name is Kermit the Texas, you know, like that?
Yes.
Okay, you're right.
I'm right?
You're right. So, true or false? In Texas, it's illegal to sell your eyeballs.
False.
That is false.
False.
That's wrong. You are not allowed to sell your eyeballs. Why does everyone think you can sell your eyeballs here? Oh my god, we are not an eyeball selling industry. Yeah, we do not have the economy to support people just selling their eyeballs.
I buy illegal eyeballs all the time.
Well, then I guess we're gonna go out to talk to the campus police officer because you're causing crimes. This is the reason crime rates go up in America, children. It could be your own classmates.
Tricking is a growing sport. However, most of us don't know much about it.
Riley found out everything you need to know in her student spotlight about senior Jake McCrumman.
Jake McCrum seems like a typical high school student. However, Jake's athletic ability is anything but typical. Let's check it out.
It's a very underground sport called tricking. The best way to explain it is it's kind of like in gymnastics, martial arts, all put into one kind of.
He next shared with us some information about training.
For the first year, I would train in my backyard. I always wanted a trampoline. Like a year later, I got one. And then that's also when I started going to these open gyms at United Elite, and that's where I started leveling up since.
Jake then tells us how he feels about getting his trick down for the first time.
I can't explain it. It's an incredible feeling. It's like I just did that, especially if you've been working hard for it. There's a trick called a double cork that I spent 7 months on, and I finally landed it, and that was the best feeling in the world.
If you are interested in trying tricking, Jake has some tips.
It is very physically involved, but it's more mental game than anything. If you can trick yourself into doing it, or like find out ways that'll make it easier for yourself or your body type, it's like it becomes so much more easier. And especially if you understand it, it's like it clicks.
Jake tells us about his sport and how unique it is.
But a unique thing I found about this is everybody, no matter how good or bad you are, is very supportive. I don't think I've ever seen anyone hate on anyone.
Tricking sounds pretty cool, right? Well, this has been Riley and Olyvia signing out.
Tricking looks challenging. Melanie shows us another challenging trend in the next story.
And please, don't try this at home.
A little over a year ago, Shenanigans decided to introduce us to the world of axe throwing.
We had laser tag in here before, and we've already trumped the numbers that laser tag made in 1 year that through axe throwing. So
along with the excitement of throwing some axes, Shenanigans also involved some fun and exciting games to help you keep score, such as cricket, 21, tic-tac-toe, timber, and even human versus zombies.
we like to do it by hour or 30 minutes worth. It's $13 for 30 minutes worth per person, $20 a person for an hour.
If you want to check out cool and exciting pictures from other customers, check out our hashtag WATL on Instagram. If you are over the age of 18 or 14 with a parent, come check out axe throwing at Shenanigans in Greenville or Rockwall. This has been Melanie Quinones signing out.
Axe throwing looks like a good way to relieve some stress.
And with all that end-of-year tests, we have plenty of stress.
Cassidy and Matthew finishing our show with tips to cope with testing.
As much as we don't want to think about studying for AP and STAR tests, they are right around the corner. These tests can worry a majority of students, especially those who are taking it for the first time. We sat down with AP Biology teacher, Ms. Rouse, and AP English teacher and SAT tutor, Mr. Davis, to help students by giving them test-taking strategies and skills.
I mean, I think a lot of kids don't realize how much their nerves can really affect them when they're trying to get through questions they don't expect. And so, you know, I see a lot of kids that, and some kids experience test anxiety regularly, and some of them don't feel it until they come in to take a big test. And so I think that does slow your mind down. So you want to make sure that the information is really at the front of your mind, right? It's like something that you know well enough that even if you get stalled out, that's not going to affect you too much. I think having a plan for your timing can make a big difference, because I see a lot of kids, you know, you don't realize you get tied up on a question. You got to know when to abandon it and move on. So I think before you walk in, having a plan for the time is a good idea.
A lot of people come talk to me about these tests because they're scared, but really they're as scary as we make them out to be. Are they important? Sure. But especially something like the SAT, I feel like we have this like mysticism about it, like, you know, it's going to make or break your future, but we fail to realize that you can take this thing multiple times. Most colleges super score. So if you have a good math day the first time and a good verbal day the second time, they'll combine those scores for a higher score. So, you know, it's like anything else. If you know what you're up against and you put in the time to get ready, there's no reason we should be scared of it. We should respect it, sure. They are important, but they're nothing to be freaked out about. So for the AP especially, ever since COVID, they've opened this treasure trove of videos on YouTube where AP teachers from all over the country will do not a full class or a full lecture, but they'll hone in on a specific skill. And they'll talk for 20, 25 minutes about that. And so it's a good way to refine. If there are any areas of weakness that you're aware of, you know, you can just pull up that video, you can watch it at your own pace, and it'll really pinpoint very specific strategies to work on. In terms of things like the SAT or the ACT, Khan Academy is great for the content that's going to be on those tests. Like if you know linear geometry or, you know, some kind of math that I'm not even that familiar with is a struggle for you. You know, you can get the content there, but finding someone who has done well on the test or coming to talk to a teacher who has experience with those exams for some of the strategy is going to help you be less stressed and more successful.
While these tests seem scary and intimidating, there is no need to worry as long as you prepare and remember these test-taking tips. Thank you to Ms. Rouse and Mr. Davis. This has been RCTV Teen News with Cassidy Snyder and Matthew Montgomery.
Thank you for watching this episode of RCTV.
For more of our content, check out youtube.com/RCTV Teen News.
This has been Mathias Suglia
and Olyvia Lukasheay signing out.